Hello, all, and welcome back to another episode of Shenanigans in the Magic School Bus as we continue our holy quest to trek towards the core of the galaxy. So let's get started. I'm going to pause it after jumping in the ship, and I'll meet you back at the Atlas. And there's the pause. As I enter the fourth Atlas, I see that things have changed. Things are starting to fall apart. The Atlas is beginning to look ragged. I feel the stirring of heresy within my mind. At each interface, an Atlas stone awaits me. I'm driven to gather them, but to what end? Why does the omnipotent require my prayer? What is wrong with the heart of existence? I comply, because what else can I do? I answer the question. I will not turn away from the challenge. The Atlas guides me, and I will answer. And so I have another sphere to make. I need the supplies to make it, so I will pause while I make that. As I enter the Atlas this time, things finally start to become clear. I see three figures at the center of the Atlas. Was the Atlas once a series of travelers like I? Was this how this all began? When I dream, I see the Atlas. When I see the Atlas, I am the dream. I see sentinels swarm through the universe like an infection, merging through the world of glass. Everything is happy there. Everything will live. I see the portals, the travelers that walk between them. I see the span of history. I see everything as the Atlas sees it, alone, abandoned, terrified. But what power could instill fear in the heart of the Almighty? It asks for something. It wants to know that I understand. So I assent. I have become the harbinger, the pathfinder, the seeker of ways. Through me, the universe will know itself. And so I make the next piece. As I exit warp this time, I get another incoming message. Which of my friends seeks to message me this time? It is Artemis. I received your message. I don't know what to say. How do you know the Atlas is telling the truth? I say I cannot be sure. I know you've been busy. I now know why. But I'd still like to see another traveler before I die. I'd still like to meet if we can, if that doesn't sound ridiculous considering the circumstances. I tell Artemis the truth. The same communication comes back to me, permeated with static. The message, the intonation, everything about it is identical. I know you've been. I'd still like to see another traveler. Say you're sorry. She's just repeating herself. She can't hear me. It's then that I realize that the noises, the static that I've been hearing, it's not interference, the corruption of long-distance communication. We speak through the protocol of a dream. The noises, The sound, it's the sound of waking. It's the sound of everything falling apart. It's the final gasp. The death of the Atlas will not begin in 16 minutes. It began long ago. Goodbye, Artemis. I say goodbye, not knowing if Artemis can hear me. I don't even know what that means to hear. We're all just data. Did they even know me? These glitches will happen more and more in the final days. Individuals caught in cycles repeating themselves. Planets wiped from existence, changed overnight. All discoveries lost. I must journey on. The act of discovery for discovery's sake now seems like a foolish conceit. I've rejected the path of itinerant. I've rejected the call of the stars. Only the Atlas matters now. With each encounter I feel as if I understand a little more. All of us are what we are. Evil arrives in the individual, and goodness is not enough. True greatness lies in sorrow, in the embrace of what we must become. So I conform. There's never been any other choice than this one. So I go on. Eternal, forever searching. To make the next piece. And pause. As I enter the Atlas, I see that things have again begun to change. The Atlas is beginning to decay. What is learned can never be unlearned. I'm afraid that I've seen too much. There are glimpses, half-remembered visions of time before time. I see the birth of the first star. I see things that dwelt within it, the eyes that watched. I see what the Atlas saw at the moment of its activation. Atlas stones are not stones. This station is not a station, and I am not what I think I am. I'm not even sure that I exist. The Atlas does not care. The Atlas demands its Shenanigan, its repetition sublime. So I submit. What else can I do? I silence my fears and renew my dedication to the path. Only the voyage matters. The destination calls to me. And so I make the next piece. And so I enter the Atlas at the halfway point. Atlas sequence number 8. Let us see what the Atlas has to say to me this time. Are there any words of wisdom? Anything, any last things that the Atlas has to say to me? I have become the servant of this ancient sentience. It guides me through the cosmos, ever searching, never deviating. Have others come before me? Have others faltered upon the path? Only in ending will revelation arise. Resistance will not be permitted. The Atlas wishes for me to know what it is like to create. It wishes to share some portion. I sense that it cares deeply about this journey, that it is trying to show me something that it cannot articulate through word or demonstration. And so I yield. I have no choice but to proceed. This is destined. It is the program. I've always been searching, and I cannot alter. And so I create the next piece. As I exit warp, I get another message. Which of my friends is seeking to communicate with me now? You are not alone. It is null. You can't go to the center. You can't do this to us. You can't leave us. I insist that I'm going. No, you can't do this to us. You can't, he says. The center of each galaxy, it is the Atlas. It's all else just interfaces, all else a shadow of its might. You don't deserve it. You'll wipe us all. Ask how they know. I did what I had to do, he says. I told you that I couldn't die without seeing everything there was to see. I did what I had to do, but the Atlas, it wouldn't let me back in. So what did you do, Null? What did you do? Committed such atrocities, Traveler. I had to. It's me or them. It's always been me or them, he says. Please, if you go through the center, if you do what I did, it will reset everything. It will replace me, wipe you. All those souls, they'll have died for nothing. It was the only way to live. You'll have to understand me. Life for more life. They sustained me. It can't have all been nothing. I was going to see it all. So I say goodbye. I can't condemn Null for what he did. I say goodbye as Null screams at me to reconsider. I end the communication. There is nothing left but the path forward. And so I seek the advice of the great Atlas again. What must the Atlas tell me now? There is no only. I am close to the end. The truth of the universe is fire, the soul is light. I am the experiment and the observer. All creation constructed for my journey. I see the universe around me and I know that it is good. I see the universe around me and I know that I shall create my own. And so I succumb. Not long now, not far to go. The stars beckon with cold fire and I rush to meet them. Soon, very soon. And so I create the next piece. And so I'm at Atlas number 10. What must the Atlas tell me now? The final interface is revealed. The Atlas beckons. I am elated, terrified, broken. I've come so very far. It wishes for me to obey. If I am to hold the power of creation, it will be in chains. So I obey. What else should I do? I am gifted power. I am enslaved to the imitation of life. So I will create this last piece, once I'm able. As I enter Atlas number 11, I see that things have changed once again. The Atlas is somehow darker, more empty. The temple is empty. Has the Atlas abandoned us? There's nothing here. What do I do? And so I continue through. It tells me I have a choice. I thought that I had a choice here. Perhaps I'm not at that stage yet. Where is the Atlas interface? And so I do nothing here. I proceed on. And so, as I come out of warp at the final destination, I find that all I had to do at the 11th Atlas was to warp the final 6 times alone down the path. Not warp to 6 more Atlas locations, just warp down the path. Just follow the lines. So that's what I did. Alone in the path, alone no traveling. Just as I started. At the end, I find myself traveling to an approximate location, just as I started. And know that it is a monolith that I'm going for, so I see a monolith right over there. Let's go ahead and head right for the monolith. Actually, that's a portal, I'm sorry. So we head right for the portal. And at the advice of a fellow traveler, I know that anything that travels through the portal with me gets damaged. So I choose to switch ships to my starter ship and switch weapons to my starter weapon. Let's go ahead and find out what I need to fix on my starter ship. Eat a little bit of that. And one dihydrogen gel. Cool, that gets that fixed. Need to make sure that my warp drive is completely fueled.
Technology recharge.
And then, even though it's right next to me, it wants me to... Oh, I need to switch back to the other visor so that I can locate the portal even though it's right next to me. go. And away we go. So be aware, anything, including the stuff in your exosuit, will be damaged when you come out the other side. Actually, not in the portal, but when you transit through the galaxy. So be aware of that. So we're going to fuel this up.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Fuel this up like so. Fuel everything up.
Technology recharge. 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 Technology recharge.
16 Atlas protocols initiated. 16. And away we go. The portal shimmers as I look at it, never quite resting long enough for my eyes to process it fully. And so I must focus. Activate the portal. And away we go. Switch to my other multi-tool so I can find my ship. Which is... Two, 1, 0. And one final time to commune with the Atlas. The Atlas is silent. It watches me. And so I cry out. I cry out, but still the Atlas is silent. I cry out thinking of my journey, thinking of all the things that I've seen, of Artemis who just wanted to meet another traveler. I cry out thinking of Apollo who gave me purpose. I cry out thinking of Null, thinking of how they lived, what choices they made, the path that led them to their end. I cry out again. There is no return. If I cry out again, I must make my final choice. Artemis once said that when they first reached out to the heavens, they had no idea what to expect. The beauty, the mystery, the adventure, the danger. I stand before the interface of the Atlas, before the center of all things. I stand before the death of existence. On the sixth cry, the Atlas answers. Traveler, this time I stand my ground. It speaks, I understand. At my command, the Atlas will initiate a reset. It has happened before. It seems to stop nothing. It still only has 16 minutes left. I do not know what I will remember when it happens, when I woke up next to my ship. Had I just performed a reset? and someone else. Everything is coming to an end. Perhaps all that is left is to learn the final truth, to know who the travelers really are. And then 1,000 galaxies will be gone. And so do I ask if there's another way? Do I reset, or do I refuse? I want to know if there's another way. I plead with the Atlas, but it does not listen. There is no other way. The Atlas requires my choice, so I reset the simulation. I have to know what happens. A new galaxy awaits, and so I make my choice. There are many galaxies to choose from, each with their own special qualities. There is the creation. There is the red, there is the green, there is the blue. Each of these has their own qualities. What do I choose? I'm going to choose this one. A frozen galaxy. Do I choose that? The Atlas has created a simulation of its own world, the entire existence. I do not want that. What about this one? This is a rebuilt galaxy. Do I want that? No. This is a halcyon galaxy. It wishes to show me its past, its future. What about the red one? A relentless galaxy. This is a galaxy that is witness of its impending death. It wishes to show me its past, its future. I think I will choose the green. And so I choose the green. And so I reset the simulation. And as I reset, it sends me on a warp through the center of the galaxy. What will I find on the other side? Will I find that everything is gone? Will I find that all my friends are gone? My existence completely wiped away? I do not know. And so a new galaxy is discovered. This is Eisentam. What shall we see when we enter Eisentam? Only time will tell.
Thermal protection falling. Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
And so I land in Eisentam on what appears to be a beautiful planet. paradise planet. I will explore this later, but for now, let us call our ship. All of our ships, all of our technology is still here. So it looks like it didn't reset us after all. But our exosuit is certainly damaged, so that will need to be repaired. An incoming message. Who must it be from? Grah. Pathetic. Through the transmission, though the transmission is infused with static and its alien speech garbled, one thing is unmistakable. This life form is in great distress. Their broadcast contains a set of coordinates, and so I input the distress signal. And so that shall be my next mission. But first, we'll end this episode here. Have a wonderful evening.